In today's preaching, we'll be taking a look at Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor. And we will end it all with a Kickstarter for Kingdom Come: Deliverance. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Prophet, and today, first off, we will be taking a look at Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor, where you will be playing as Talion. In this trailer showed by IGN, if I'm not mistaken, you play as Talion and you're gonna hunt down Ratbag. That guy over there is Ratbag, and basically you have had a previous encounter with him where you did certain things, and because of those actions that you did, he has now become sort of this leader of a pack. So basically, whatever you do within this world creates other events. You have this main character who seems kind of edgy, to be honest. It seems like you can really jump into this kind of wraith mode or wrath mode or whatever it's called. It's pretty much the thing that you see both Frodo and Bilbo go into whenever they put on the ring. So that is a pretty interesting way of doing it. It kind of combines Assassin's Creed with some of the elements that you might want to see in a supernatural game, like any kind of superpowers, and that honestly looks really cool. And the atmospheric thing about the game is really nice. If there is a fire, you can push people into the fire and that will make them burn, basically. Very interesting feature that I seem to really like is that the combat is pretty neat. Even though it seems like it is very much just hack and slash, just like Assassin's Creed, it brings a lot of interesting themes to it and kind of creates a much more immersive role-playing, focusing more on the role-playing aspects and other features that you would not see in any other game, really. Because what you can see is that you can make insane combos. Really, oh, it looks so cool. Those combinations that you can do to finish off your opponents. You can choose to kill your targets, or for example, just like this rat bag, you can actually you can avoid killing him, maybe just slow him down, use your wrath, whatever form it is, to scare him. And basically you're taking over his mind, and then you get different options, like telling him to spy for you, tell him to like demoralize all the other orcs. You can sacrifice him, or you can tell him to assassinate his leader. And that is a really interesting way of doing things, because that opens up just so much more possibilities. And you can see that even within the orcs there are like this ranking system, where on the top there is, for example, Orthog, a troll slayer. Basically, you have had an encounter with him before, so you caused him to be burned in the face. This is what had happened, at least in this footage from IGN. And basically, you can tell Ratbag to go and try to assassinate him. And of course, with him, he will get his entire pack. So this means that you it becomes a lot more immersed, because you kind of get a lot more features to a normal, regular, for example, Assassin's Creed game. And I just love that. I really like the Assassin's Creed franchise, so it's like taking Assassin's Creed and you just add a lot of features that should be in Assassin's Creed in the first place. Not all of these features, of course, because some of these are like supernatural in ways that you would do not want to see in Assassin's Creed at all. But simple, measures of sneaking have not been added. Some ways of distraction, like the only distraction you really have is either sending your bitches at them or tossing money around on the street, which seems really weird. But you can't really make any like real strategy with any of your the crew that you've gotten. But here it is like, say that you have a target, say that there is someone that you want to kill to really create havoc within Mordor. How are you going to do that? You, for example, as shown in this footage, you are on the top of like this gathering of orcs, right? And basically, you can decide to, for example, just go for all the archers if you want to do it that way. Just try to get all the archers there, make them work for you and fear you and kind of help you. Then, when you signalize, as shown in this footage, you're the guy that we just sort of controlled, Ratback. Basically, he goes for assassination, his pack will help us in the fight, and of course the archers that we have gotten will be joining the fight as well, so that way it comes a lot more planned. I remember back in Assassin's Creed 1 days, basically what you would do there is that you had to do a certain amount of like information missions to be able to really get the necessary information to really be able to go at your target, and you could get extra information to find out how to kill him the easiest way. And this is basically kind of like that. You can do more to sort of ensure that your victory is 100%, but you could also do it in other ways. And that is just so unique, and it's so interesting way of really doing the game. Like, at all. It just creates an entirely new experience to a genre that pretty much are already well developed. And I really like that. There are a lot more footage within the video that I would definitely recommend checking that out. It's supposed to be released in 2014 sometime, so I don't know when that will be, but it seems like it is an alpha right now, but the gameplay that they have shown seems doable. It seems really nice, neat. It seemed like, yeah, it seemed like stand fast held strong material that I probably would expect seeing no later than October at latest. But I think that the beta, I don't know how you pronounce that word, beta, will probably be out August. I think, no, never mind. Actually, I think the beta will be out August, October, and then this game will come on sort of like the Christmas hype. When people start buying Christmas presents, it's probably around that time that this game will be released. Because that is one of the windows that a lot of franchises and companies just aim at. Because they know that people buy games at those times, especially, okay? For our second news, or whatever it's called, we'll be showing you guys Kingdom Come: Deliverance. Now, Kingdom Come: Deliverance is created by Warhorse Studios, which is actually a lot of people with a lot of experience who just branched out, who just said, we want to make something new and unique. And they have done it in such an extreme way, I cannot stop loving the idea. Basically, this will be a full, non-linear, full world, open world RPG to the bone. This is something I have been looking for so long. Is a proper, realistic RPG. Okay, not the word realistic, but really RPG that really just have RPG to the bone. Because right now, there's so many action RPGs and who are basically action adventures like Skyrim. I would not go to say that Skyrim is an RPG. I mean, you control your main character that you decide how it should look. You level up and put on perks. The perk system is the thing that makes it the most of an RPG, but really, it isn't that much. So this game really combines a lot of things. They have used professional sword fighters for the first-person sword fighting, and they have really done this in a really nice way. The only thing that I really wonder about is that the combat seemed very slow-paced. Every move just seemed to be really slow, and it seems iffy, but I mean that's not a big problem. The game in itself is in Kickstarter right now, because as they mentioned in their trailer video, the Kickstarter video, is that they have gotten private investors, and basically if they get 300,000 in backings, then the investors will understand that, okay, this is something that people want. Because right now, the meta for buying games is pretty much mobile games or app games, and it is MMOs and free-to-play games. That is pretty much the thing, the hype, the thing right now, right? You know, that's what sells, and that is what's great. So that's why they needed this backing. They needed to reach 300,000 because, yeah, one, I mean, getting 300,000 is a pretty nice thing, and two, that just shows that people are interested in this and people want this, and I want this. I really want it. Okay, I want this game on the market right now. If I could have it in my hand right now, I would. I hate backing games. Okay, simply because you pay for something that might never be released and something that might suck. But this is something that I want and I have been lacking. So as soon as I have paid off my bills, paid off my computer that I'm buying right now, and probably saved up some money to go out with friends, been to a few parties, other things, I'm probably backing. No, okay, on a more serious thought, the game looks great, and I think that it combines a lot of the things that we need. You can actually, okay, so when I first looked at this game, I just was thinking, okay, so it looks like a really nice first person or third, I don't know, yeah, first person medieval game, which is interesting. I really like the medieval times, and it might be really cool. But is this really enough for me? Is that enough? But then they mentioned the fact that you can really combine, you can customize your character in such a way, like, if you want him to be a good thief, you can do that. And that is something that I really admire, because there are a lot of people who honestly have not really done anything like that. And you know, I like to use the Skyrim and Elder Scrolls as a reference. And basically, being a thief in Skyrim or in the entire Elder Scrolls series is like blowing your head off, okay? Basically, the Thieves Guild it's a cool thing. It's a really cool thing, but I mean, what I want from a thieving game, or a game that involves the possibility to be a thief, that's an action. Okay, being a thief in general, when I have that possibility, I kind of want to be able to really utilize it, and just being able to go on the street and just pickpocket people and actually earn enough from that if I do it for long enough. Whilst in the Elder Scrolls games, it's like, yes, I got 5 coins. It's like, 5? I can't do shit with that when things cost like 2,000. Do you know how many people you have to loot? A lot. So, it looks like a really interesting game, and I'm actually looking forward to this by a huge amount. I love the idea and I love the concept. So, if you guys want to back that, I'll post the Kickstarter thing. It's 28 days to go, and it's around 250,000 already, and that is great. They'll put out a demo or something, but I will not play the demo. I hate playing demos. I hate playing like short pieces, maybe of like one chapter thing, because that is so stupid. That does not fit me at all. I much rather wait for the full complete thing and just have that. And if I have to pay $60 for that, 60 euros, then so be it. I will probably join the Kickstarter as soon as I have some extra money. But yeah, I can't wait for this. And yeah, my name is Prophet. And you, yeah, I did that kind of late. So you have just been preached.